by Kevin McHale, playing for Cedric Maxwell at the other forward. You saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Robert Parrish at the top. They're the centers. Magic Johnson and Danny Ainge are the guards at one spot. And in the other guard position, the point guards, it'll be Norm Nixon for the Lakers and Quinn Buckner for the Celtics. Magic Johnson, 6'9", guarded by Danny Ainge, and throws the ball away. How would you characterize the Celtics, Russ?
They're a very good defensive team and well-rounded team. They're very strong in front court. They're very adequate, if not spectacular, in the back court. But their strength is in their front court.
And Robert Parrish is fouled.
Because what makes them so strong in the front court is that they have two excellent shot blockers out there now, in Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. So that closes down the front court there.
There's Quinn Buckner, who was acquired from the Milwaukee Bucks, and Larry Bird, whose baseline shot missed, gets his own rebound. Tipped up and in. Kevin McHale, normally the sixth man and no better sixth man in pro basketball. Starting today, good feed from Kareem to Wilkes. And that's maybe the best passing center in the league right now. Kareem, Bill Walton, of course, a great one in his own right. Turnover as Magic Johnson picks it off. Blocked by Parrish, picked off, and now Buckner controls. Danny Ainge. Gives the Celtics a 4-2 lead. And Kareem comes right back.
And the Lakers are very strong in the backcourt. I think Norman Nixon is probably the most underrated guard in the league. And so he makes some great plays that you tend to forget because Magic is so good.
Here's Kevin McHale, one of the top shot blockers in the league on offense, throws it up wildly, and here's the LA fast break. Buckner is back for Norm Nixon. Nixon lost the ball, and now it's 3-on-2 Boston. And they're kicking it around in the opening moments.
They got so many great athletes in this game, I thought maybe Pele had showed up. That's Kareem doing what he does very well.
They have a Koopa loop, which Michael Cooper is at the receiving end, and that was just this alley-oop play to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Ainge trying outside again, misses this time. He hit his first shot, but there's Bird. Larry Bird leads the Celtics in 3 categories, and Magic Johnson got it back on the other end.
That's what's so tough about these two teams. You can make a great play, you work real hard to get one, and before you can take a deep breath, they've scored on the other end. Both teams are like that.
Nixon picks up Ainge. McHale guarded by Rambis, who knocks the ball away, and Magic Johnson, amongst the league leaders in steals, get credit, and now we're going to have...
He got hit in the face on that. Magic got hit as tough as you might think, but he takes advantage of what the other guys do to make himself very effective.
Lakers have won 16 of their last 18. Celtics 11 of 13. These are 2 red-hot teams. Larry Bird on a steal. 3-on-2, Boston break. Ainge. And the pass goes right back up court. Norm Nixon. Lakers aren't wasting much time. A breakneck pace here in the opening minutes at Boston. And we have a foul. It'll be on Bird. The Lakers are getting that pass up court every time Boston scores. The Celtics don't have much time to savor their good plays inside.
Yes, but they're getting back. This Laker team is so hard to get back on defense on this team because they really get down quick. But Boston's doing a good job on the half-court defense. They're doing an excellent job.
Oh, they picked up several already. 5 turnovers. Quinn Buckner, former All-Big Ten defensive back at Indiana. He's burly and strong. Had the inside shot and missed it. Here's Norm Nixon. Finds Wilkes. And
Jamal finds the basket as usual.
Tie score here with 8:33 remaining. The Lakers have not missed a shot yet. They're successful on all 4 of their tries.
I think Jamal Wilkes is the best in the game without the ball today.
Parrish defended by Kareem, and Buckner, who's not a good outside shot, better than he was early in his career, missed. Parrish.
But Robert Parrish is a good outside shot.
Pat Riley, who led the Lakers to the world title, and there's Wilkes. He got free inside. missed the shot, but he got open.
He was only momentarily open because Robert Parrish is there, and that's the reason he missed that shot.
Ainge. Danny Ainge. 3 out of 4 for the former baseball player from the Toronto Blue Jays. And it is now a 4-point Celtic lead at 12-8 with 7:40 remaining, first period.
He's a former basketball player that played a little baseball and came back to his sport.
That's the way it came out. Nixon guarded by Buckner. Bird to Wilkes. And Wilkes made a nice feed to Johnson. But Quinn Buckner knocked it away. And now they're going to say it's Los Angeles ball.
When he stole the ball, he stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Because a lot of the Lakers offense is close to the baseline, and when the Celtics are coming from the weak side, they have to go on the baseline, and a lot of times they're stepping on the line.
Nixon on the inbounds pass from Wilkes. Over Buckner. He's a great shot. A lot of people think Norm Nixon is the key to this ball club with all of the stars because he generates the fast break. He gets them going, and he's a great outside shot. Turnaround by Parrish. Tough shot over Kareem. And here come the Lakers running. Magic Johnson. McHale picks him up. Kareem skyhook. You've seen it. And the Celtics see it right there. So we have another tie with under 7 minutes to play, our 5th deadlock of this first period.
You know, it's really funny. These guys are shooting about 75%, both teams, and they're playing good defense. But they're not getting a chance, really, to set up the defense. And what both teams want the other team to do is have to set up and run their half-court offense.
Parrish. Well-executed play got Parrish inside. Here's that pass right down court again, and Kareem stuffs 2 through. What a pace. 14 all, 6:25 to go. The Lakers are 7 for 8 from the field. That'll be turned over, and it'll be Laker ball. End-to-end action here in the first period, and we're going to have our first timeout.
Times that in the NBA, if you show up the last 2 minutes, you can see all excitement. But what happens here in a game like this, for example, now every timeout, both coaches make some adjustments. And because both teams are playing well offensively, so the coach said, keep that up, but we've got to do things, adjustments defensively.
How do you adjust against the Kareem hook? He's 4 for 4.
You try to keep him from getting the ball where he wants it.
Parrish, double teamed, open is Quinn Buckner, and Buckner hits. Quinn Buckner has been starting the last 35 games in the backcourt. Tiny Archibald, who is the renowned point guard, has been on the bench. Magic Johnson inside.
What makes these teams so good is that they both fast break well, and most fast break teams, you want to stop them and make them run the half court. Well, these two teams execute their plays as well as anybody in the league, even the teams that don't run. And the reason for that is, for the Lakers, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If everything else fails, you can always get the skyhook.
Larry Bird with his second bucket. We've had 8 ties. We're tied at 18, and Wilkes gets inside. The Celtics,
on a great pass from Magic Johnson.
And you know, Pat Riley told us when we talked to him yesterday that he thinks that Magic Johnson and Jamal Wilkes are more in tune to 2 players than anyone he's seen in a long time.
And that last play demonstrated perfectly.
Danny Ainge over the top. Danny Ainge was a raw rookie last year with the Celtics.
And he had baseball hands then, Dick.
He told us yesterday that he felt he let the team down in the playoffs, wasn't really ready. He has settled down. He's added a lot of court sense. He's got a tough assignment with Magic Johnson, and his shooting is much better. We'll be seeing a lot of Ainge today. Kareem facing the hoop. Throws up an air ball, missed everything, and now the Celtics come back with 4.5 minutes to play, trailing by 2. Parrish gets it out to McHale. Bird working on Wilkes inside. Magic Johnson tries to double team, and we'll have a foul as McHale is tied up by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That'll be a foul on the Lakers, and it's on Kareem. You talked about that pass.
Here's that great pass from Magic to Jamal. And what's so great about the passes they make between them that Magic makes is the velocity. He knows exactly how much steam to put on the pass.
That was goaltending called against Kareem, and credit the basket to McHale. Another tie with 4:10 to go at 20-20. It's been that kind of a game, even all the way. Ainge is on Magic Johnson. toughest assignment he could possibly have against the big guard. Wilkes got away from Bird inside, and Parrish just takes it off his teammate's hands. Buckner. Here comes the Celtics. Ainge stops right of the key. The Celtics are not a good outside shooting team. Larry Bird's the best one they've got. Good pass, Kareem to Rambis, but his second effort is good and a foul. Kurt Rambis, who came out of nowhere to earn a spot on the Lakers last year, and when Mitch Kupchak got hurt, became a starter. Michael Cooper has come into the ball game for the Lakers, replacing Norm Nixon, and here is the rookie James Worthy. So Rambis with what got him here, good second effort, fighting inside, has a three-point play, and the Lakers lead by that much.
And here's that Laker trap. And they try to disrupt the offense by meeting it up at almost at half court.
Here's James Worthy. The Lakers had the #1 pick in the draft, and they picked James Worthy, who gave up his senior year at North Carolina to play pro ball, and he has really been terrific thus far. The MVP in the NCAA Finals last year. McHale blocked by Kareem, and they say it's Boston ball.
And Kareem doesn't think so. You know, now here's the play here. Kevin goes baseline, and there's where the ball. Yes, the Lakers did hit it out. The referees are right a lot of the time. You notice that, Dave?
We notice it a lot. It's a tough job. 3:10 to go in the first period. 23-20, the Lakers lead. Cooper and Worthy in. Lakers basically use 8 players, McAdoo being the 8th. They try to tie up Parrish. They knock the ball away. Johnson, great passer, looking for someone open inside. Wilkes, of course, is on the bench. That's the one he likes to go to. Michael Cooper and Johnson outside. Kareem skyhook. Buckner, loose ball for the Celtics. Bird. Not enough. And the Celtics continue to fight and will have a jump ball. Good fighting inside and battling for the loose ball. 2:34 remaining in the first period as Larry Bird battling the game. Kareem and Parrish are jumping, and it's controlled by the Celtics.
Now, that's Tony Archibald game for the first time. But you'll notice that the scoring is slowed down. And the reason for that is the defense is picking up. And that's because they don't play each other very much. And as in a game like this, as they go along, they fine-tune the defense and try to maintain the offense.
Kareem with another sky hook. Rambis with the offensive rebound goes up and draws the foul. He played in Greece after being a third-round draft choice by the Knicks a couple of years ago, and got the nickname Superman. Clark Kent has a little resemblance to Clark Kent, and he is a tough player. The image I have of him in last year's championship, Russ, is when he got hit in the head and the blood was streaming down his face and was like a warrior. Kurt Rambis does all the dirty work inside for L.A.
Cleanly.
Kurt's improved his free throw shooting as well.
There you go again, Dick.
I hope he bears that out. Russ, I'll be in a tough spot. He shot about 50% last year, and now he's up to 76, which is respectable.
Riley thinks he may be the most improved player. And with that club, as good as they are, that could be very easily true.
So Rambis makes 1 of 2, and we're winding down to 2 minutes to go in the first period. The Lakers are up by 4, and that's the biggest lead either team has had. Celtics were up 12-8 early.
And they're putting on their trapping defense now because they have a very quick team in there now.
Larry Bird in three-point territory into McHale. Tough to stop McHale's turnaround. Rambis the rebound. Here's Magic Johnson. He's got McAdoo in the ball game, and Bob McAdoo outside. So now you've seen all 8 Laker players that they used through most of the game. Larry Bird. McHale trying to tip it in. Parrish with a new clock. Buckner fighting inside. Celtics had their chances. Missed 3 shots. McAdoo at the other end. Bob McAdoo.
And another great pass by Magic Johnson.
Joined the Lakers last year. 6 teams he's been with in the NBA, but that's his first title last season. Magic already has 5 assists in this game. Tiny feeds McHale.
Now, Tiny adds another dimension to the Celtics because he's the only guard that can really penetrate with the ball. And when you get a guard that can penetrate, that opens up a lot of zone places because a lot of these teams play zone after they set up defensively.
McHale with a good defensive job on Rambis, who loses his glasses and then misses the shot inside. Parrish the rebound.
And having those great shot blockers like McHale and Parrish will make you miss shots underneath.
Bird's ice cold here in the first quarter. 30 seconds to go. Rambis to a trailing Michael Cooper. And Rambis and Cooper battle it out of bounds. Boston ball.
And that's one time when you lose the ball, the coach can't complain.
Pat Riley, who came from the broadcast table, he worked with Chick Hearn, the famed Laker radio broadcaster and TV broadcaster, as an assistant coach with Paul Westhead. And then when Westhead was fired last year, Riley took over and guided the Lakers to the title.
And I think that last year that Pat Riley did as good a job of coaching as anyone in basketball.
10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Buckner with a fake on James Worthy. And Quinn hits the shot to bring the Celtics to within 2 as the period ends.
It counts for a player rather than whether he starts or how many minutes he plays. It's when he plays those minutes is what's so important.
We're underway in the second period. Archibald, you watch some of the trap defense, and Bill will explain what that's all about momentarily as Buckner misses outside and Michael Cooper goes high for the rebound. Here's Norm Nixon.
Now Norm Nixon.
McAdoo shooting outside and missing. Cooper tries to save it and does. McAdoo inside, and Worthy crashes the boards. What a play. James Worthy at 6'9", and now they have to separate Buckner and Cooper. Earl Strom does.
That's 2 tough guys they got out there, Buckner and Cooper. And, you know, they probably know how to fight, so I hope they don't do it.
Well, Buckner is burlier in appearance than Cooper, who's built like a reed. He's that thin, but he's strong. It's deceptive. Lakers by 4. McHale setting a screen for Archibald. McHale the rebound.
Now, what was a great play there by McHale. What he did, he got that rebound and never came down with it. He kept it right up over his head so that he didn't get a chance to get into traffic with it.
The Lakers may have stepped on the line when they threw that pass in. They did. It's a violation, and so the Celtics maintain possession, and they can tie it up. Larry Bird, who leads the Celtics in scoring, rebounding, and assists. Let's see if we can catch it. It's Worthy.
Now, Worthy, no, he never stepped out of bounds with the ball.
Right.
You see that the point of inbounds, out of bounds is where your foot is when you jump in the air. He never touched out of bounds.
Cedric Maxwell has been bothered by the flu. Normally starts. He's in the game right now. Archibald trying to find Max. Blocked by Worthy. And Cooper. So good inside defense by the Lakers, and that's going against the Celtics' strength. Their strength is the inside game. Cooper up top. 28-26, the Lakers lead. They've won 16 of 18, defending champions in the league. McAdoo giving Kareem a rest at center. Bird on Worthy. Wild shot. Maxwell the rebound. This is James Worthy's first appearance at Boston Garden. Tiny Archibald, the penetrator. You called it. Norm Nixon right back. Loose ball foul against Boston.
Kevin McHale, he went over McAdoo's back on that one. A little contact. A lot of contact, in fact.
Kevin McHale, whose contract becomes a free agent after this year, and a lot of clubs would like to have him, and the Celtics would like to keep him. Great shot blocker, defensive player, and a clutch performer. You'll see him in the fourth quarter.
And a very high-spirited individual, a really nice, but an intense man. Not intense to the point where it's a negative thing. He's just a nice man to be around.
McAdoo on one end and Archibald at the other.
2 former scoring leaders.
That's right. McAdoo averaged over 30 points a game. Tiny, the only player to lead in scoring and assists the same year. Worthy battling Bird. Bird comes down with it. 9.5 to play in the second period. Cedric Maxwell. And the Celtics have taken the lead again, 32 to 30.
And that's another one of those spectacular plays that I said I expected a game like this.
Crowd loving this exhibition between two of the power teams in the league. Celtics figured they were going to play the Lakers last year. They came a cropper to the Sixers. Lakers beat Philadelphia in 6 games. Norm Nixon over Gerald Henderson, who's in the game. And we'll have a loose ball foul, this time against Los Angeles. So you got fond memories of the Forum for that anyway.
Los Angeles in particular.
Larry Bird throws in a wild shot. And Maxwell converts. It counts in a foul.
And that was a heads-up spectacular play by Larry Bird. There was no place to throw it. He didn't want to throw it, just throw it in the court.
What hustle. I mean, that ball was lost.
Right.
He went over Jimmy Rogers, the assistant coach, and Maxwell converted for a 3-point play, and the man that made it all happen was Larry Bird. Personal foul is on Michael Cooper. And Maxwell misses the chance for a 3-point play. But the Celtics lead 34 to 30. 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. The Lakers have hit only 4 of their last 19 shots. They're still cold after going 10 for 11. So they started off blazing hot, and they've cooled off.
Well, the defenses have adjusted so that they're not getting as good a shot as they were getting because the defense is reacting better.
Tiny feeds Parrish, and Parrish banks it in. There's the penetrating guard that Russ was talking about. Archibald's ability to do that. And this time Nixon just throws it out of bounds. And Kareem's going to come back in now for the Lakers. And so will Magic Johnson. As Pat Riley doesn't want to see the Celtics get too far ahead. They're up 36 to 30, and they have the ball. Magic will have to wait till he comes in. Archibald,
good defensive play by Cooper.
Good anticipation by Coop. Nixon. They thought he traveled. But Ed Middleton was right there and said no. So the Lakers trying to come within 4 points. Kareem.
A thing of beauty and a work of art.
Bill Fitch, the only man to be named Coach of the Year twice, and he thinks that Kareem traveled. Henderson outside, hits. So once again, the Celts are up by 6 points with 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Henderson knocks it away from Kareem. Good hustle by Gerald Henderson. Watch 43 here.
Right there. And he took a little arm with him just to make sure.
Magic Johnson, 6'9". Tiny Archibald, Tiny at 6'1", guarding him. Kareem hits the hook shot.
You know, Kareem does a lot of things. He takes a jump shot, he goes to the hoop, and he does all that so he can get back to doing what he loves, the sky hook.
He's got 12 points on 6 for 9 shooting. He scored 39 when the teams played here last year. So he likes the Boston Garden floor.
And so does Larry Bird.
6 for Bird, who's just 3 for 8. Magic Johnson, what quickness the Lakers have. What greyhound.
And that same chemistry between Jamal Wilkes and Magic Johnson that Pat Riley was talking about. And there goes Tiny penetrating. And after all these years, he still does that. But they also get a lot of fast break baskets. And then that makes the percentage go up, way up.
5-point lead for Boston. Their biggest lead has been 6 points. Kareem inside. Parrish, good battle there between the two big guys. Bird. Bird just got position on Rambis inside for the defensive rebound. Only Sigma has more defensive rebounds in the league. And Maxwell on a good feed. Tiny Archibald is showing why he'd like to play even more than just the quality minutes. Jamal Wilkes from the corner. He'll turn around and you'll see Wilkes with 24 points without even knowing he scored them.
And a good steal by Norm Nixon.
Kareem didn't have control. Parrish slows it down. 6 minutes to go in the second period. Blocked by Kareem. Maxwell's shot blocked by Kareem with ease. And Wilkes will drive in with a layup, and the Lakers now trail by 3.
And that's the way they picked the points up. Played real strong defense and make layups. Their offense is generated by the defense, and all the good teams do that.
Team fouls right now. Lakers 3 and the Celtics only 1 as Parrish hits the outside shot. Bill Fitch was the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers when they began their existence. He likes it better in Boston. The master of the one-liner. There's the tandem we talked about. Magic Johnson and Wilkes inside. And boy, he can thread the needle, Magic.
And he does quite often. But Wilkes, as I said earlier, is probably the best at playing without the ball of any player in the league at this point.
When he has the ball, he hasn't been too bad. He's hit 3 in a row. Maxwell, offensive rebound. And here comes Johnson on the break. He's got Norm Nixon and Kareem, and Magic will take it alone. The Magic Man. This game, by the way, brings together again Larry Bird.
But he can still do it, and that's a great adjustment for a player that knows he's a great player, can do things, and he sacrifices to do other things. And he's only able to do that because he's so skilled in so many different areas.
Parrish's foul going in. When Magic first joined the Lakers, the two did not really mesh well together because Magic hadn't proven himself. But now that he has, Nixon can understand it a lot better.
Well, great players can always work a thing out if given time and left alone enough. Because they first of all, they start to recognize each other's special talents and respect it, and they figure out very easily how to use it for their own purposes or to make them better players.
Foul was on Kareem, his second of the game, and Kareem comes back with a hook. Rambis fighting inside and almost had his glasses knocked off again. That foul is on M.L. Carr, who's just entered the game for the Celtics, a forward guard who's known for his defense and a veteran.
And one of the key elements of that is that Magic Johnson kept that ball alive. See, a lot of times on a rebound, you can't get the ball. You can't control it, or you can't tip it in. But what you do then is just hit it to keep it up by the basket. And as long as it's in play, then your team's got a good chance at it.
Rambis has 7 rebounds so far, 5 off the offensive boards. If there's one area in which the Lakers are not exemplary, it would have to be in the rebounding category. They're great shooters. So Rambis hits the shots, and we have another tie at 46. It's the 12th deadlock of the ball game with 4:15 remaining, and there's the trap defense.
Now this is the trap defense. The Lakers use it. They trap out high, and the other three guys zone.
They double team the ball, and it works. We'll have a foul inside as Henderson and Rambis fight for it, and they're going to call the foul on Gerald Henderson, a loose ball foul. Personal fouls in the game. McHale has 2, the only one more than one with the Celtics, and Kareem and Nixon have 2 for the Lakers. Team fouls in this half. 4 for the Lakers and 3 for the Celtics. When you hit 5, you're into the penalty in the NBA. Parrish on Kareem.
A good defensive play by M.L. Carr. Kareem is, as we've said earlier, is a great passer. And a lot of guys that are great shooters will not make great passes.
You saw Maxwell on a steal. Archibald. Carr pulls up. M.L. Carr, 32 years old. He's in his 7th year. He played a year in Israel, 2 years in the ABA to regain the lead. Tiny Archibald has 6 assists in the game. Magic looking for Wilkes inside, and a foul, or no, it may be an illegal defense called against Boston. That's what it is. Fitch can't believe it.
Maybe he would like for them to decriminalize zone defenses.
He explained it to us pretty easily yesterday. Wilkes coming around a screen guarded by Carr. Jamal Wilkes. And the Celtics can up their lead to 4 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Parrish double teamed, hit from behind. No, they call a jump ball. Cooper. What a play by Michael Cooper, coming from behind to tie up the 7-foot Robert Parrish.
I don't think the fans like that call very much here.
Celtics get the tip. 3 minutes to play in the first half. We'll give you the all-star team, the starters as voted by the fans, coming up at halftime, and plenty more on the NBA. Celtics think the Lakers are in an illegal defense, and Hurlstrom agrees.
And I think Fitch is saying that the other referee should have called it. It's your call. He's helping him out. He says, you know, if you're sitting around doing nothing, I'll give you a little help on this.
Coaches are always quick to help the official. Isn't that great? Always a helping hand. Tiny Archibald travels this time. He has.
And both referees call the same play.
The man you were talking about moments ago, Norm Nixon, comes back in the game. He has scored just 2 points, and going out is Michael Cooper, who did not score. Wilkes and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have 12 to lead the Lakers, and Robert Parrish is the high scorer for Boston with 9. Magic. Look at that follow-up by Magic Johnson. They didn't score, but great movement by the Lakers. Meanwhile, at the other end.
And 5-second violation. Good defense. The Lakers went down court and only left Norm Nixon, and he was.
And now it goes the other way as it was touched by Robert Parrish. We're winding down to 2 minutes remaining, and the pass from Nixon to Kareem, knocked away by Maxwell. It's still Laker ball. We are seeing some terrific passing in this game, Bill.
And some terrific inside defense.
Norm Nixon, who's averaging over 15 a game, has just 2. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half. The old guy can still stuff it through, I'd say. Kareem. Celtics are up by 2. Parrish. 13 for Robert Parrish.
No harm, no foul.
Celtics' biggest lead was 6. Set make it 7. Lakers had a 6-point lead early. Henderson is on Nixon. Rambis is left uncovered. 7 seconds on the 24-second shot clock. And Magic Johnson misses. And a foul against Jamal Wilkes. Riley looks amused. Led them to the Final Four. Always tough player. Used to go by the nickname Cornbread, but no more. It's just Cedric. Here's Danny Ainge, and he's in for Tiny Archibald, who goes out having scored 5 points, but followed the way for 6 assists. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell here at Boston Garden as Maxwell gives the Celtics a 6-point lead. Celtics have it back. Henderson, jumper. And a foul. That'll be against Robert Parrish or Ainge. It's against M.L. Carr, I believe. Carr commits the foul. Bill Fitch with Tiny next to him, who's made a terrific contribution already. 1:05 to go. First half.
And the Celtics, in order to stop the Lakers from running on, especially on made baskets and free throws, they're full court pressing them. And this, so they have to work too hard to get it in the front court that they can't pass break.
They miss a sky hook, and a loose ball foul is against L.A. So Boston will shoot. We want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we will reveal the starting lineups for the East and West All-Star games coming your way in 2 weeks from today on CBS from the Forum in Los Angeles. Profile on the outstanding Chicago Bulls guard Reggie Theus. News around the NBA and highlights of a couple of games last night, plus more.
Hey, Dick, we talked to both coaches, and they said that this is just another game in the schedule.
Yeah. Tell me another one, and I got a bridge to sell you. Right?
I'm a fan of this kind of basketball. I just love it. Because I think that the last 2 years, of all the players in the league, there are more players that are putting in what I call a good day's work than in a long, long time in the NBA.
And that's from a man who knows. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Kareem, after missing a few, finally makes good on the sky hook. 16 points. He's 8 of 15 from the field. The Celtics are up.
Good and covering great areas.
And Magic Johnson in the championship against Philadelphia was a big thorn in the side of the 76ers. Maxwell shooting over McAdoo has 12 points. So Maxwell with 12, Parrish with 13 lead the Celtics. Kareem, the game-high scorer, with 16, and the final seconds ticking off for the first half. Boston with the biggest lead, 8 points. They'll try to make it 10.